So this just fucking happened.
There's a reason the president calls out fake news for what it is. These pilots, these refuelers, these fighters, these air defenders, the skill and the courage it took to go into enemy territory flying 36 hours on behalf of the American people and the world to take out a nuclear program is beyond what anyone in this audience can fathom.
Get the fuck out of here. These people are traveling somewhere on a plane that's mostly on autopilot until they need to take the controls, and then they flip a couple of switches. What they're doing is very comprehensible to the American public. They're not doing anything rocket science-y. You guys are leaking documents and fucking signal chats. And did you hear how he said on behalf of America and the world?
On behalf of the American people and the world.
Now we're doing things on behalf of the world? So we just attacked Iran on behalf of Americans and the world.
And then the instinct of CNN, the instinct of the New York Times, is to try to find a way to spin it for their own political reasons, to try to hurt President Trump or our country.
Are you really trying to say that CNN and New York Times are coming out against the American people? It sounds very much like you're trying to get us to be fearful of the accountability that your administration is about to face. That's just like when Bibi Yahoo says they're coming after us, they're coming after you kind of language right there. Trump and America, my fucking ass.
They don't care what the troops think. They don't care what the world thinks.
That's because they're reporters. Their job is to report the news.
They want to spin it to try to make him look bad based on a leak. Of course, we've all seen plenty of leakers. And what do leakers do? They have agendas.
Their agenda is to get the information out there. I bet you know that because you were leaking top secret information in a signal chat, lest we not forget. Could have cost our boys their lives out there. Remember that?
And what do? Do they share the whole information or just the part that they want to introduce? And when they introduce that a preliminary report that's deemed to be a low assessment. You know what a low assessment means? Low confidence in the data in that report. And why is there low confidence?
Because they couldn't gather enough data because you bombed the facility that they were reporting on.
Because all of the evidence of what was just bombed by 12 30,000 pound bombs is buried under a mountain.
Or in one of your signal chat threads. But it sounds like their information isn't wrong, it's just they don't have a lot of it, and you're trying to downplay the lack of a lot of it because you've buried it all?
Devastated and obliterated.
Yep, that sounds like the American way.
So if you want to make an assessment of what happened at Fordo, you better get a big shovel and go really deep, because Iran's nuclear program is obliterated. And somebody somewhere is trying to leak something to say, oh, with low confidence, we think maybe it's moderate. Those that drop the bombs precisely in the right place know exactly what happened when that exploded. And you know who else knows? Iran.
We got it, JD. We're gonna go straight to the fucking pilots and talk to them because they know exactly what happened. I'm sure they could verify some of these fucking stories that these reporters have for us. I'm willing to bet that for the millions of dollars those jets cost, they probably have cameras on them that can show us footage of what they've hit specifically so that we can assess and compare the information that we have to the data that you've collected during these unlawful strikes. Anyway, Pete Hegseth is trash. I don't trust him. I trust Iran in anything that Iran tells us more than anything that my United States government tells us. So Iran, if you're out there listening, start doing the whole China thing and get on TikTok and start sharing your fucking secrets. But yeah, Pete Hegseth is trash.
On behalf of the American people and the world is beyond what anyone in this audience can fathom.